Hey everyone, Roxabox9 here with another part of my full M14 Core Set review. So today we're going to do all the sorceries in M14, and we're going to start off with Hunt the Weak, which puts a 1 counter on a creature you control, and it fights our creature you don't control. It's a nice form of removal. It's annoying that it's sorcery speed, but it's a nice form of removal in limited, not constructed. Lay the Land is a tutor spell. It's just really not that good compared to other ones like Farseek that we have, even for the 1 cost. Just getting a land into your hand, not a fan. Has to be basic, even worse. Lava Axe, a lot of fun for red burn. In limited, it's going to be a great finisher and or big chunk of life for 5. It's possible it could see red deck wins play, but I doubt it because they're just better 5 drop in the format. Seismic Stomp is just not that good. Demolish is classic. It's, again, it destroys an artifact or a land, so it has the versatility, but destroying a land is ideally 3.5 mana, and at 4 mana it's a little expensive. So yeah. Molten Birth is kind of fun. I think it's a little heavy on the red cost for what it does. It's one of these 3 make 2/1/1 tokens. I like that you could flip a coin and maybe get it back in your hand. That's kind of just a fun addition, and makes it more fun to play with. Active Treason is, again, instant speed. Stealing is better, so it's just not quite there. But I think, of course, in limited, it definitely has its place in limited. Wild Guess. This is just a reprint from, I think, even Innistrad block. So it's actually, isn't it? What, or wasn't there another one? Maybe you had to discard your hand for that. Yeah, discard your hand. This is just better than that, but it's still not quite there because you have to lose a card. So you're basically replacing a card and gaining a card. Fine if you're running mono red because you may have a card you don't want in your hand, and therefore you draw 2 for 2, which is drawing. But it's a little bit, anything outside of maybe a mono red deck, I just don't think it's good enough. Shrivel is terrible. Mind Rot it's a staple that's been around. It doesn't really do as much. We'll get to Duress in a second. It's just much better. Liturgy, but of course in the core set, it's a classic card. Liturgy of Blood is a fun removal. Basically, if you have 5, it's a better Doomblade, I guess. It destroys a creature for 2 if you have 5 mana available. So it's one of those. Kind of like the rewind effect. Duress is, of course, awesome. Very happy to see it come back. It's non-creature, non-land. There are so many powerful non-creature, non-land spells. So, of course, Duress is a classic staple in Black X control. So it's great. Time Ebb is very nice for limited, but I don't think it's going to quite see anywhere else. I like it's a similar to the old art, but they made it a little more defined, so I think it's pretty cool. Divination is, again, seen here. Meh. Tome Scour, not very good. Just not. Solemn Offering, destroys, gain life. It's fine for limited. Don't think it makes it into constructed. Hive Stirrings is, again, 3 for 2 silvers, but of course slivers are freaking awesome, so this is probably the better card of the set, and if you're running slivers, it's going to be insane. So Howl of the Night Pack, again, another reprint. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be fun for casual players who like running mono green or red green aggro. Enlarge is pretty cool. It's actually, I think, an EDH option. The fact that it's a sorcery speed is a bit annoying, though, because there are better instant speed versions in the format. But it will be a killer for limited. Bamble Crusher, it's non-creature permanent. So for 4, it's a little on the expensive side, but it's permanent, so just Acidic Slime is better. Flames of the Firebrand is kind of fun. It's a very versatile, 3 for 3, and it's probably going to be solid. It may even be possible to use it in constructed. Corrupt is, again, a card brought back for more casual players. It's been reprinted a billion times because, yeah, people just like it. It's a lot of fun for black players, and it imbibes the black color. Being able to use the number of swamps you have drains your opponent's life, and you gain life. It fits black perfectly. so nice reprint. Diabolic Tutor is the staple tutor. Of course, there are much better tutors out there, but this is the one that most people who start first get involved with and see interact. And it's a lot of fun. It's reasonably costed for a demonic tutor effect, and it's an uncommon, so it's easier for newer players to use. Glimpse of the Future. Top 3 cards, 1 in your hand, the rest in your graveyard. I guess it's an annoying card because you lose 2 cards, and I mean if it's Reanimator, great, and maybe, but it's another one of these sorting cards. It's a bit expensive, obviously. Ponder, and its ilk are just better. So the art's cool. Traumatize, as a rare, makes its debut again. So its debut the 3rd or 4th, 5th, I don't know, it's been printed a lot. But it's a classic card, people love it. It gets rid of half their library, so it's the known mill card. And it's used in tons of mill decks, so casual players will love it. And it's very solid in a number of formats, including EDH, where you get rid of half their deck in mill. That's a lot of cards. Very cool. Planar Cleansing, wasn't this just printed like M13 or something? Destroys on online permanents for 6. Really heavy on the white. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they have a lot of mana fixings, so Wizards thinks it's cool to print Planar Cleansing again. I don't know. It's a fun card. It's very solid in EDH as a Wrath. It's annoying that they're printing it here and not something a little more viable for Constructed. Rise of Dark Realms is just Liliana having fun. It's her first Liliana's ultimate ability, put on a card for 9 mana. So it's very, very powerful as a finisher. It's probably priced out of Constructed, but in Limited, this will probably win you the game if you get to the turn you can play it. So it's definitely a finisher in Limited. And we end on Devout Invocation, which is 7 mana for a sorcery. Tap any number of untapped creatures, put a 4/4 white angel for each creature tapped this way. This card is great. Again, I think it's a limited killer, hence it's being mythic. It feels mythic. It flavored mythic. Same with Rise of the Dark Realms. Their flavors are very mythic, but I just don't think it gets there. Tapping untapped creatures. The problem is you tap your creature, so you lose an attack step with those creatures, and you don't have haste, so you have to wait a turn for the 4/4s to even be viable, giving your opponent time to respond. It's for 7 mana, which you expect as a finisher. It's not quite the finisher that it seems to be. I don't think it's quite good enough playability-wise, but it will be fun. I'm sure in EDH it will find a place. I don't think it's going to be widely used, but it will find a place in EDH, and casual players I'm sure will love it. So those are our sorceries. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments section. As well, check out my channel sponsors in the description of the video. And as always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.